Hey, it's me, your boy Roadman. I'm back again today, and I have got some bad news. I'm making a prediction that the Flood will not be in Halo Infinite at launch, as many people expect. And I know it sucks, but I'm gonna go through why I think this. Alright, so number one, point number A. Point one. I believe if the Flood were going to make an appearance in the game, then 343 simply would have confirmed them already to generate more hype, help with marketing, and win some brownie points with the community, because God knows they could use them right now. At this point, if 343 was putting the Flood in the game, they would be bragging and shouting from the rooftops about their return. They should be, you know, if they're putting a bunch of resources into this whole other faction that's going to be in the game, then they should show us the fruits of their labor a little bit, because they're getting a lot of criticism in the community right now. Alright, so that's point A. If they were in the game, I feel like 343 would have already told us. Point B, or 2, or whatever. 343 they're not including hostile wildlife in this game, and the cited reason is that they want to focus on Chief's story against the Banished.
We don't have any hostile wildlife in the environment. We wanted to focus the idea on the battle between the Banished and the UNSC forces. Chief, you know, pushing back against that. So we didn't want to bring in the idea that you're fighting the ambient population of the ring.
And they don't want this like third element of hostile wildlife distracting from this narrative. So if they're unwilling to include like a pack of space wolves, then I don't really see them bringing this entire other faction into the game, at least not at launch, right? Maybe a Flood-based update or DLC a few years down the road, but I'm gonna bet definitely not at launch. In the same vein, you have people saying things like playable elites is too much hassle because you have to create animations and blah blah blah. But the Flood, this entire faction with multiple enemy types and all that shit, modeling and animating, everyone just expects that to be there because they heard like a pug noise. If 343 is putting all these resources in, they should make that a selling point rather than a secret. Alright, last up, my last reason, point C, point number 3. Halo 5 was the first Halo game to not be rated M, and I think 343 intends to continue this. 343 is a business and they want to make as much money as they can, and yet they're choosing this free-to-play model and relying on microtransactions. So to maximize microtransaction revenue, they'll have to reach as big of an audience as they can, and giving the game a T or lower rating expands the audience, specifically to younger people who are notoriously susceptible to microtransactions. So with a lower ESRB rating, it only makes the Flood less and less likely to appear, or if they are included, they'll probably be a toned down and neutered version of themselves. Alright, that's pretty much all I have to say. I really do firmly believe this, and when we know for sure, I'll give you guys an update to either say, hey, I was wrong, which, you know, I'll admit if I missed the mark on this one, but I'm also gonna rub it in everyone's noses if I'm right, and I'm pretty confident, so we'll see.
でもそんなんじゃダメもうそんなんじゃほら心